When will Bitcoin reach 100K? I said in a video just a couple of days ago, I thought it was possible we would hit $100,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2021. I found this news story that totally corroborates it. The news story just came out today. I said it previously. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I fully believe this with everything in me. Hey, if you believe in the future of Bitcoin, if you believe this technology is extraordinary and it's just a matter of time till the rest of the world finds out about it, then just do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, because I want you to join the Crypto Wealth crew. I want to be on this journey with you, working with you together. Hey, today we're talking about Bitcoin and when will Bitcoin hit 100K? My prediction previously has been next year, December 2021, or by December 2021, provided we don't get any crazy regulations or whatnot. But I feel more than 65% confident, not investment advice. I'm just a cryptocurrency enthusiast. I'm a cryptocurrency commentator, but I believe by next year, 2021, December 2021, we'll hit 100K. I got a news story I'm going to show you that absolutely corroborates this right now. And we're going to go through this news story together, and then I'm going to show you a second, which I think is more evidence that this is likely. Before I do that, I want to quickly share something with you. If you didn't see my video earlier today, I attempted 3 different times to get a video up today. The third time was a charm. I kept messing up the editing. Listen, I'm excited about cryptocurrency, and I have a YouTube channel because I'm excited about it. I'm enthusiastic about it. I want to create awareness. I want people to know. I want people to get this. I want people to understand it. I want them to have a point of awareness where they can go do their own research. And today I was trying to get this video up, and I'm just telling you, my weakness, my strength is my enthusiasm for cryptocurrency. My weakness is YouTubing, editing, etc. This video, I tried to put it up several times today. I encourage you to go watch it. I'll put it up in the cards. Many people have asked me about our cryptocurrency, our passive profits course, earning multiple streams of passive income, being able to learn how to build a business where you're going to earn cryptocurrency daily even. And I put this video up and I kind of gave a sneak peek of the course in that video, so you can go take a look at that course. I'll put it above. I'll put it down in the description. It's very short, and it just kind of give you a sneak peek. Every month right now, I'm doing an update on what I'm doing, how I'm advertising my business, some investments I'm looking at, etc. And so I did that video. I finally got it up today. It took way too much work for a 9-minute video. By the way, if you appreciate my effort, do me a favor. If you haven't already done so, please smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. And before we get into the article, I also want to share with you one more thing. I've got a video coming out tomorrow. Many of you are familiar with the BetFury and the BFG token. I've got a video coming out tomorrow. I think it's going to be tomorrow morning. And in that video, I found a way to literally increase our earnings by about 40%. And that's not doing anything sketchy. It's just I got to explain it. I've got to try to talk about it a little bit and show you. I'm releasing this to my members, but I'm going to be talking about tomorrow, just a couple of tweaks that we're making that's really going to be able to increase our earnings on the BetFury token. This thing's paying out about 0.5% a day. It's nuts. And when you make this tweak, you increase that by about 20%, which is crazy because many of you know I have my 100-day challenge. And my 100-day challenge is based on BetFury paying out at a 0.5%. But if I can increase that by 20% compounded, I mean, it's a game changer. That takes us to about 40% a year. I'll show you the math on that. I'll explain that. Stay tuned for that tomorrow morning. Be sure to hit that bell notification if you have not already. And if you aren't caught up, you don't know what BetFury is, check out my 100-day cryptocurrency challenge. All right, let's get into this. So stock to flow, S2F. Can't hardly say that. Stock to flow creator has no doubt Bitcoin will hit 100,000 by December 2021. Look, this just came out 13 hours ago. My video was out day before yesterday, I believe. Plan B, the creator of the stock to flow model, has little doubt Bitcoin price is on track to hit 100,000 by December 2021. Plan B, the creator of the stock to flow model, reiterated on November 8th that Bitcoin is well on its way to hit $100,000. The pseudonyms, analysts, experts, the dominant cryptocurrency to achieve the $100,000 to $288,000 range by December. Bitcoin, look, he's saying it could go as high as almost 300,000. I'm just predicting 100,000. He's saying it could go up to 288,000. Do you own a Bitcoin yet? I'm telling you, the video I did earlier today, that my whole talk was about why you need to go ahead and own one Bitcoin as quick as you can. Not investment advice, but if you believe in the future of this technology and what this guy is saying, I mean, Bitcoin's $15,000 a day. If it goes up to $100,000, I mean, where are you at? If it goes up to $288,000. Where are you at? Not investment advice. I'm just reporting the news just as you are. Just as you were seeing it. Bitcoin would have to increase by 545% from its current price to surpass $100,000. Now that sounds crazy, but if you understand the fact that Bitcoin has went up to some, multi-100,000% or whatever since 2009, 500% doesn't seem impossible. At that price point, the market capitalization of Bitcoin would be near $2 trillion, or roughly the same as Apple, the world's most valuable company. Why $100,000 and why is it in 2021? The stock to flow model attempts to predict the long-term price trend of Bitcoin by evaluating its supply. Namely, it takes into consideration its fixed supply and the block reward halving, which reduces the rate at which new Bitcoin is produced or mined. The theory behind stock to flow is that as the supply of Bitcoin decreases over time and inflation would continuously rise, these two factors would theoretically amplify the uptrend of the top cryptocurrency. Let me explain something here. So Bitcoin has a halving every, I think it's 4 years or whatever. It has a halving, which means that it slows down. It takes more energy. Bitcoin is produced a lot slower. It basically decreased the supply production each year, in theory. Also, the stock to flow takes that into account. It also takes into account the inflation of the U.S. dollar. Well, the U.S. government is speeding up the rate of inflation. Now, this is bad for the dollar, and it's bad for every American who holds dollars in a savings account. It's horrible. And by the way, it doesn't matter if you vote Republican or Democrat. They both have a track record of doing this. I've discussed this extensively on this channel. That's just how it is. That's where the rate of the dollar is going. I mean, we are on track to literally destroying the U.S. dollar. And the smartest people in the room know this. The smartest economics out there, they don't say it because it could create widespread panic. But they know this. They obviously already know this. And I'm going to show you in a minute, smart money knows this as well. And I'm going to show you. But with inflation speeding up, then it's very likely that we could hit that top number, $200,000+, almost $300,000. Now, here's where I believe that we could miss that number. I've talked about this at length. You will oftentimes hear news stories, read news stories. Oh, the U.S. government's, bringing regulations, et cetera, et cetera. And they'll say, a lot of congressmen are pro Bitcoin or they'll say they're pro cryptocurrency. They don't ever say pro Bitcoin. They usually say pro cryptocurrency. Almost 100% of the time, they're not referring to decentralized cryptocurrency. They're referring to centralized cryptocurrency like the central bank digital dollar, or central bank digital currency, CBDC. That is that is not the same thing as Bitcoin at all. That's not what this video is about, but I talk about it often. And that's what they're oftentimes referring to. So I'm going to tell you, if we see the Fed coin, which is also a strong possibility, if we see the Fed coin come out and get pushed to the masses, it's possible Bitcoin won't hit 100,000. If we see, but if we don't see that happen, and they don't outright ban crypto, which I read another news story. I was going to do a video on it, but it's not nearly as exciting. I saw another news story where, they're talking about how they're going to regulate exchanges and how they're going to do that. There is possibility that negative regulations could affect this, but without negative regulations and without them pulling out the central bank digital dollar for the U.S., then it's possible. Now, there's other countries doing the central bank digital dollar, but I don't know that it would affect as much as the U.S., and I have a whole theory on that, so I'll explain that in another video, so be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that. But at the way it currently stands right now, on the track that we're on at this very moment, what we know for certain is we have inflation happening, and it's only going to get faster. We know for certain Bitcoin and the halvings, we know what that schedule's like. We just had a halving. We'll have another one in a few years. So we know that schedule's happening. Just with what we know at this moment, I think it's a 65 to 70% chance we're going to see $100,000 Bitcoin or better by December 2021. Now, if we get negative regulations, or they finally get out the central bank digital dollar, and I think that if we change presidents, it looks like we're going to have a different president. If that's the case in the U.S., then I think it might slow it down, but it's only going to slow it down because of transition of administrations. That's really it. Both administrations are looking at going to a digital dollar. I saw Sonny Decree talk about Biden, how that might be good for Bitcoin, because he's got this guy's going to be the Treasury Secretary, supposedly is pro cryptocurrency. The problem with that is Steve Mnuchin's also known to not be pro cryptocurrency, but he surrounds himself with cryptocurrency people. In both cases, I think they're going towards a digital dollar. Just like Alan Greenspan was pro gold until he became responsible for monetary policy as the Fed chairman. Then all of a sudden, he threw his gold bug ideology out the window and just printed more dollars and more dollars and more dollars. Something about government power has an ability to corrupt people. So I think we're going towards more of a government centralization of cryptocurrency. I think that's the trend. We'll have to see what happens. Now, the reason I'm bullish on Bitcoin, like I actually think Bitcoin could go to $1 million or beyond. The reason is because I know the government, in the long run, can only deter the adoption. They can't stop the adoption. And unless something truly negative that we don't see coming 100% yet, I mean, I've speculated about the Fed coin, but we don't see that yet. And without that coming for certain, then I think that it's possible we could hit $100,000 Bitcoin. What does that mean? I talked about it in this video. Dollar cost average, take your time, create your cryptocurrency passive income streams, do everything you can to earn passive income, start creating a business. And I talk about how to do that and start creating a business in cryptocurrency. So that way you're up with the time, you're up with the game. Based on Bitcoin supply curve and the halving cycles, S2F puts the expectation valuation of Bitcoin at 5.5 trillion. The model predicts Bitcoin to reach a multi-trillion-dollar valuation before 2024. That would be incredible. The model reads, S2F model estimates the market value of the next Bitcoin phase cluster, BTC S2F, will be 56, and whatever that means. This translates basically into $288,000 Bitcoin between 2020 and 2024. Let's see it. In a tweet, Plan B said he remains confident that the stock-to-flow model's $100,000 price projection for Bitcoin would materialize. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't guarantee you 100% certain that this is going to happen, but here's what I can guarantee you. I can guarantee you that if you're subscribed to this channel, we're going to be talking about it, we're going to be watching for it, and we're going to be paying attention to it. So smash that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. 2021 is particularly important for Bitcoin because it follows a highly anticipated block reward halving in May of 2020. Well, of course. 6 months ago, Bitcoin experienced its third halving in history. This decreased the number of Bitcoin mined each day by half, which would cause the circulating supply to drop over time, the analyst wrote. People ask, if I still believe in my model, to be clear, I have no doubt whatsoever that Bitcoin, stock to flow, FX, whatever, is correct, and Bitcoin will tap 100,000 to 288,000 before December 2021. In fact, I have new data that confirms the supply shortage is real. In my opinion, 2021 will be spectacular, not financial advice. We have to say this because the government requires us to confirm that we're not financial advisors. So far, following the halving, Bitcoin has increased from $8,000 to $700, from $8,700 to $15,500, recording a 78.1% rally in 6 months. Booyah. The supply of Bitcoin is lower than on paper. On-chain analysts like WooBull.com creator Willy Woo said that the total supply of Bitcoin is lower than often thought. While the total supply of Bitcoin is 21 million, there's a high number of BTC that is lost or dormant that can no longer be accessed, Wu said. Total supply of Bitcoin will not be 21 million. It will be around 17 million, as many coins died in the fight for being acknowledged as something valuable in the early stage. This means that 0.002 Bitcoin per person on the planet. Now imagine what the price of Bitcoin would be if you owned one. There's not even enough. Think about that. Right now, if Bitcoin was, basically universal money, even if it wasn't universal money, even if it was 25% of adoption, I mean, it don't even matter. 0.002. If you own one Bitcoin, the bottom line is it's going to be highly valuable at that point. As such, Plan B expects Bitcoin to follow the stock to flow model as available supply and the amount of new Bitcoin mined decreases over time. Excuse me, I got another story we're going to cover very, very quickly. However, let me know down in the comments, do you believe Bitcoin's going to hit 100,000 by 2021? Tell me down in the comments. Say 100,000 by 2021. Let me know. All right. Short one. Billionaire hedge fund. This is important. This is important because this is big money. And it's important because this is a macro investor, means he looks at the overall market. He doesn't try to look at one trade, one day, one situation. He looks at where the overall market's going. And that's the best way I think to approach Bitcoin, is understand the overall big picture economic, the planetary economic picture. The planet that we're on, what's the economic trend? What does it look like? And if you can get in front of that trend, it could be highly profitable. And that's exactly where I think we're at, ladies and gentlemen, with cryptocurrency. This is the cryptocurrency revolution. I believe it with every bone in my body. Hopefully you're on board of this train with us. Billionaire hedge fund investor Drunken Miller says he owns Bitcoin in a CNBC interview. Now, this is short. Let's talk about what he says. Billionaire U.S. investor Stanley Drunken Miller, who just weeks ago was said to be shorting the dollar, is long on Bitcoin. Means he's negative on, shorting the dollar means he doesn't have a lot of faith in the dollar. Long means he's buying, holding Bitcoin because he believes in Bitcoin. Think about that. He believes in Bitcoin more than the dollar. For some of you that are new to this space, that should sound pretty incredible, and it is. That's why Bitcoin is so extraordinary. Drunken Miller said on CNBC Monday, he owns Bitcoin. Becoming the latest high-profile, ultra-high net worth investor to get in on the benchmark digital currency. It's going to happen more and more. Though he said his gold position is many, many more times larger than his Bitcoin allocation, Drunken Miller predicted his Bitcoin would outperform. That's huge. He's predicting his own Bitcoin holdings will outperform his gold holdings. Frankly, if the gold bet works, the Bitcoin bet will probably work better because it's thinner, more illiquid, and has a lot more beta to it. Think about that. If gold works, Bitcoin will probably work better, he said. It has a lot of attraction as a store of value to both millennials and the new West Coast money. And as you know, they have a lot of it. I got to tell you something else about Bitcoin. I've been looking at my analytics on my YouTube channel. I'm definitely getting a little bit of an older audience paying attention to my channel. I think the next decade, Bitcoin was capping out at about the 35 mark on a lot of the analytics. If you look at the age range, it's looking like we're getting to the 44, 45 range mark. That's good news. I mean, you've got to get everybody to be aware of this in cryptocurrency. So I think it's awesome that we're attracted to the next decade up. Drunken Miller also said he's anticipating a 3 to 4 year decline in the dollar. Just weeks ago, a Bloomberg report revealed Drunken Miller was betting against the dollar. Ladies and gentlemen, cryptocurrency is the future. If you want to learn how to earn passive income, join our Crypto Passive Profits course. Go watch this video. I'll put it on the end screen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is extraordinary. What we get to do here, what we get to be a part of. When you see someone who has this much net worth, who's responsible for where he's putting his money, and he says that he's betting on Bitcoin, doesn't it make sense that we should at least be aware of it? Heck, think about it. Many of us were in on it before the billionaires. How incredible is that? I'm going to predict now, we're going to have stories. The first trillionaire, not only will the first trillionaire be created in cryptocurrency, meaning individual person with $1 trillion net worth, not only will the first trillionaire be created in cryptocurrency, or at least will be a cryptocurrency investor, I'm going to predict that we will have a trillionaire over the next 2 decades that today doesn't even have a net worth of $1 million. It might not even have a net worth of $100,000. But because of where cryptocurrency is going, I believe, my personal opinion, consider my channel satire. Don't consider it investing advice. Consider it your entertainment. But my personal opinion, someone who's not even a millionaire today, maybe a young person out there, maybe someone who's starting investing in their 20s, but they're going to start buying up Bitcoin. They're going to start dollar cost averaging. They're going to build income streams, passive income streams. They're going to compound those income streams. They're going to take one investment to the next investment to the next investment. And their cryptocurrency position, not just Bitcoin, their Ethereum, their whatever they got, Cardano, whatever they got, Ripple, God forbid, whatever they got, Tron, whatever. All their positions are going to go up because this baby has a ridiculous potential. Cryptocurrency is extraordinary. Decentralized cryptocurrency equals freedom. Don't ever forget that. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.